I don't think it would be a stretch to say that poverty is one of the most complicated issues that our country faces. In the state of Florida, 44% of households are not earning enough to pay for the costs of the big five: transportation, housing, childcare, food, and healthcare. We have a problem, and it's a big problem.
I left home the morning of my 16th birthday. There's 7 of us, and one by one, we all kind of ran away. It was just day-to-day survival. When you're in survival mode, you still don't know how you're gonna eat tonight or how you're gonna feed your kids tomorrow. Don't have money to, stop and breathe for a moment. When you go to a food pantry, you go into this room where everybody is miserable because we're all broke and here begging for food. You have to sit there forever, and then at the end of it all, they're gonna hand you a bag or two of food, and pretty much whatever's in there is what you're getting, so just be grateful for it.
One of our core principles is everyone desires to be self-sufficient, and given the opportunity, they will step up. What we have done in this country is we take chronic issues like poverty and we treat them with emergency responses. If you treat someone that has a chronic issue with an emergency response, you're gonna create dependency every single time. And so we started our first small nonprofit grocery store. We now call it our membership grocery program. If we could construct it in a little different way and provide food to people where they make a small contribution for what they're getting, their dignity remains intact. We have to help them meet their basic needs, and then we can take them to the next step.
You're walking in with your kids and going up and down the aisles and picking out the things that you want to eat without fear because you know that you're within your budget. You don't have to pick between whether you're gonna feed them lunch tomorrow or eat yourself.
The purpose of United Against Poverty is to inspire and empower those that live in poverty to lift themselves up to economic self-sufficiency.
The very real reality is that in order for somebody to move out of poverty, they need to have income. We don't want to simply say, we got 100 people a job. As success is when we help a family move to self-sufficiency. So we needed to develop a way to help people with barriers to employment.
So our STEP program stands for Success Training Employment Program. Provides individuals with the training to develop their workplace skills as well as job acquisition skills.
So they told me about these employment training classes. My first thought was, I've always worked. That's one thing. I've always had a job. I've always worked hard. I don't really need this. I know how to write a resume. I know how to do a job interview. But when you go into the Up Center, they're going to sit down with you one-on-one and really figure out what is it that is your challenge? What is it that has put you in this position?
We will continue to work with an individual until they are earning what they need to earn to thrive in life.
Up scored me an interview with Children's Home Society of Florida so that I didn't have to just get another job, but I could find a career instead. And last week, they were able to get me to 40 hours a week in benefits. Every time that I'm able to help one of these kids who's going through the same thing that I went through, it means that what I went through had a purpose and had a meaning. Make programs like this the norm instead of something that you have to seek out to find.